What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at What Do You Meme? This is a party game for 3 or more players where you're going to be trying to create a meme using a picture and some captions. It's going to be playing similar to a lot of other party games where there's going to be one player who's the judge and they're going to have a picture. Everybody else is going to have a bunch of cards. They're going to submit one caption. The judge is going to get a pick from all of these, and a lot of laughter and hilarity is going to ensue. It's not a super serious game, and it's not certainly a game that is necessarily for children. So if you have a bunch of adults and you're looking for a fun party game, this might be a game that's up your alley. Before I dive into the game, though, I do want to remind you guys there is still time to enter my latest giveaway, which is for a Star Wars Force FX lightsaber of your choice in the form of an Amazon gift card. All you have to do to enter to win that or any of my giveaways is become a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. If you're already a subscriber, you don't have to unsub and resub. Just being a subscriber keeps you in eligibility. More details for that are on Crabbok.com. But for that, that's all I got. Let's go ahead and dive into this game. Let's take a look at What Do You Meme? So when we open up the box, one of the things you're going to see is you're going to see this easel, which is going to be your fun little picture display stand. And you're going to have 2 types of cards inside. You're going to have your smaller cards that are going to go to every player, and these are going to have your captions on them. Things like, when you step on a Lego. All right, so this is the captions that will go on your meme. And then you're also going to have these bigger cards, which are going to be your pictures. And you're going to go around clockwise, and there is no specific set number of points you play to, or there's no time limit. You're going to decide. Maybe you're going to play for a half an hour. Maybe you're going to play to the first person to 5 points. However, as a group you decide. And in a party game like this, it's more about playing than about winning. But we will talk about how you win. So assuming I'm going to go first, we're going to deal out 7 cards to everybody. So we'll make sure everybody gets their 7 cards. And you need at least 3 people to play this because the way it's going to work. So I'm going to either reveal a card at random, or they do say that you can actually look through the picture cards and choose which one you want. I'm just going to pick one at random, and this will be the picture for this round. I will be the judge, and everybody else will go through their cards. You're going to have 7 cards, and so you might say when you step on a Lego, when you're mad at someone and they ask you if you want some food, when someone says they read the book before they watched the movie, etc. They'll choose one of those. Maybe I'll think, maybe the player to my left will submit this card. He's going to submit them face down, and a couple of people will all give me cards. And let's say we're playing with 4 people, I'll have 3 cards in front of me, and because I won't submit one when it's my turn to judge. So then I will pick up all of these cards, and I will make sure everybody can see the picture, and I'll say, all right, this picture, the caption, when you step on a Lego. Or maybe when somebody gets your deodorant for Secret Santa, or when someone says they listened to a song before it was popular, and I might say, you know what, and I can choose whichever one I want to win. It can be what I think is funniest. It can be what I think is most outrageous. It can be what I think is most inappropriate. It might be whatever I want it to be. I totally pick the winner at my own discretion. So in this case, maybe I'll say when someone gives you deodorant for Secret Santa. Maybe I don't really like Legos, or maybe I'm somebody who doesn't have kids, so I can't even relate to this one. Of course, personally, I would probably pick when you step on a Lego. But let's say I would choose this one. And I'd say, all right, this is the winner. And whoever played this one, they would say they won. They're going to get this picture card, and that counts as 1 point. And then I will pass the easel to my left. The next person will then pull out a picture, and this one is going to go upright. And we'll put this one up here, and it's going to be the little angry kid, and then we're going to go through the process again. However, that person to my left is now the judge. These cards will all get discarded, and everybody will redraw from the big deck back up to 7 cards. Obviously, I won't because I didn't play a card last turn, so I'll stay at 7, and then we're going to play. And maybe I'll go through some of mine, and here we go. I'll submit this one. When you're ready to go out, but your phone is at 6%. And maybe it will get chosen by that person, or maybe it won't. Either way, whatever you play, whatever card you play is gone. So sometimes you get a really good card. It's really, really funny. You kind of run the risk that if you put your really good card down and it doesn't get picked, then you just wasted your guaranteed winner. So sometimes you'll have a really funny card and you have to just kind of wait for that perfect opportunity. But this game is really all about the laughs that are going to ensue because each person is going to read off every card. And sometimes you will think one is funniest, but it's not your turn to pick. So, the other person will get to make that choice. Now, I do want to talk about some of the more mature cards. So when you open the box, you're going to find a separate pack of cards that are going to have this little M here at the bottom right. Now, these are going to be separately wrapped in shrink wrap. I'm not revealing the entire card because I do try to stay family friendly, and some of these are pretty, they cross the line. There's stuff I might do at home, but I don't necessarily want everybody to see how some of them are pretty vulgar. And this is kind of something I would expect from games like Cards Against Humanity or a lot of other party games that are clearly marked as mature or not suitable for work. So they are separately wrapped, and that's a good thing. That was actually one of the things that made me want to buy this game. I actually bought this at Gen Con after talking to the booth, and I said, listen, I have some kids. My kids love memes, but I'm concerned that this might be a little bit too adult oriented. And they assured me that, it's fine. There's all the mature cards are marked with an M at the bottom, and they're all they're you don't have to shuffle those into your deck. You can play without those because you probably have about a deck. I have them all mixed in now, but you have a deck about this big of mature cards, and you have a deck about 4 times that big of the regular cards. So you have plenty of cards to go ahead and use. But the problem is, like, here's one that is not marked mature. This is in the regular game, right? And there's a lot of cards like this, and it's just, while it's not explicitly vulgar, I was playing this with my kids, and one of my kids submits a card like this that wins, and we're like, who won that one? And then an 8-year-old raises his hand, and you're like, okay, well, we need to stop playing this game. And so it was really awkward. We were doing that over the holidays because I thought it was safe to play with the kids, and I went through some of the now granted, the vast majority of the regular cards are family friendly, are safe. Some of them are like your kids might not get, like when your grandparents tell you that they were already married at your age. Well, that maybe an 8-year-old isn't going to get that, or maybe they will, depending on the age of the kids. But most of them aren't inappropriate, like the one I showed you before about Santa's lap. But there are some. I'd say maybe 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20 is inappropriate. And if you're gonna have 7 cards in your hand at a time, your kid's going to your kid's gonna probably get one. So what I would suggest, if you have kids, either A, don't buy this game, or B, do buy this game if you really, really want it, but don't play it with your kids, or C, buy this game and go through every single card and read every single one and make sure that you remove everything that's inappropriate to you and your family, because everybody's got a different line on where they think things are appropriate or not appropriate. There's just, like, for example, here's a good one. When you match with your therapist on Tinder. Now, I don't necessarily think this is inappropriate, but at the same time, my kids probably aren't going to know what it is, so it might just go straight over their heads. And that's fine, but for some people this might be inappropriate. So a lot of them are on very, very close to that line of what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. And again, these are not the ones that are in the mature section. The mature section is and some of the mature ones aren't even that funny to me. Some of them are just taking normal lines and tossing a random 4-letter word in the middle of a sentence. Like, you could insert the F word into this card, and that would be one of the mature ones. Like, but some of them are funny. I'm not saying that they're all unfunny. I have just played certain adult party games so often that I'm kind of numb to a certain type of humor, and so I actually kind of prefer more simpler games that are a little more clean, that you have to kind of think a little bit deeper and play something that's going to relate to the person more. But that's my personal opinion. I think a game like this is, it's going to be very dependent on your own household. Everybody's got different strokes for different folks, and if you are a parent or if you have young people in your life, you need to make a decision based on that. So if you really like games like this, get it, but look through all the cards first. That could be a deal breaker, though, because sometimes the fun of a game like this is in seeing those cards come out for the first time, so you may actually spoil yourself just a little bit. But ultimately, it is a pretty good time. There's lots and lots of pictures. There's tons, so you'll be able to go through it. There's also I picked up an expansion pack too called Fresh Memes Expansion Pack number 1. It has a little bit more. It's not as big as the whole box, but there's expansions for it, so you can, you're not just limited by what's in the core box. All right, guys, that's What Do You Meme? I think it's a fun game, but at the same time, I don't think it's necessarily bringing anything new to the kind of genre of adult-themed party games that hasn't already been done before. The pictures, I guess, is a newer thing, but it's not really giving you any new gameplay or anything that's really groundbreaking. It is fun. I definitely recommend it if you're looking for a grown-up, adult-themed, mature, funny party game, and you don't have something like this already. But if you've already got something like Cards Against Humanity or any of these other adult-themed party games, I don't think it's really bringing you anything new. But I will say that it's not necessarily, something you shouldn't get. Because if you really do enjoy games like that, sometimes just having a whole new game, even if it's very similar to another game, can still be fun. And it's a great way to break the ice. It's a great gateway game to get people involved that maybe aren't familiar with tabletop stuff. So if you are more of a serious tabletop gamer, having a game like this is still useful. It's still fun. And sometimes you don't always want to think strategy. I know sometimes I don't want a strategy game where I have to plan 6 moves ahead. Sometimes I want to just be able to sit down at a table with some friends, maybe some drinks, maybe some snacks, and just laugh and have a good time until after midnight. So this is a great game for that purpose. I just don't think it's bringing anything particularly new. And in this case, I felt a little bit like the game was misrepresented to me at Gen Con, being that I specifically asked for a game that was good for kids, and I was assured that all the stuff that wasn't cool for kids was in the separate pack, and then I kind of found that that wasn't exactly true. But I guess that kind of leans more into your own discretion as a parent. If you are a parent or you're going to be playing with, if you're a teacher, don't bring this to school. I hope I don't have to tell you that. But this is a game strictly for adults. Maybe some teenagers, but again, it's going to depend. Everybody's got their own parenting style, so I'm not going to tell you what's okay for your kid, but I do suggest you look through all the cards and make sure it's appropriate for your audience. But that goes for just about any adult game, so I don't think this one is unique on being adult friendly. I think that goes for any adult themed party game. Alright guys, that's all I got for you today. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Don't forget to check out Crabbok.com. You can hop in my Patreon, and I want to give a big thanks to my patrons out there as well. You guys help make all of this possible. You can also hop on Discord and say hi to us over there. But yes, What Do You Meme? Pretty interesting game. I like the pictures. I like the easel. I just wish it was a little more family friendly. But again, that's what you get when you get a adult themed party game. All right, guys, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day. Creating your own memes with the group, and today, this is a party game where you're going to be capturing your own meme, captioning how to play. Also, if you are new to the channel, remember,